my God, how cool was Injustice? Seriously, that was one of the most powerful and darkest episodes to date so far on Smallville. We got Tess's Injustice team. I like to call them the Injustice League because they are pretty much the Injustice League. That contained Livewire, Neutron, Plastique, and Parasite. For those of you who know all your DC comics like me, you'll know that Parasite is one of Superman's deadliest enemies, and his main power is actually sucking out people's life source, as it were, their energy source, or in the case of a superhero, their powers. And we see him actually use it to good effect in this episode, and it was really well done. I didn't even know that Tom Welling had directed this episode. Not until I seen the credits at the beginning, I thought, wow, directed by Tom Welling, very good. So I had no idea. But I thought it was well done. It was well written as well. The storyline was pretty good. This episode, obviously, we see how Tess, her team, are chasing after Doomsday to try and track him and stop him, or in order for them to wait for Clark to help them, kind of thing. At least that's what we're led to believe, until we realise that at the beginning, even though we see that Chloe is featured in this episode, later on in the episode we realise it's not actually Chloe. It was actually one of the I don't even want to call them meteor infected, but one of Tess's team members, part of the Injustice League, Eva, who has the ability to shapeshift, and she basically shapeshifted into Chloe to convince Clark that Davis is dangerous and that he should kill Davis. I did not cotton on that Eva was Chloe. No idea. I genuinely thought that Chloe had come back, that she had gotten really scared that Davis had changed completely, and that she wanted Clark to save him and everything. I just didn't know what else to say. But when I saw that it was Eva, I was like, whoa, okay, didn't expect that at all. Then we find out that Tess, when Livewire got killed by Doomsday, we see Neutron crying over him, and Parasite and Plastique are both telling her to get over it, kind of thing. Tess joins them. She gets Parasite to take out, to steal Neutron's powers, and then what we find is that Tess actually was the one who killed Neutron with this chip that was embedded in their brain when they were at Black Creek, obviously put in there by Lex Luthor to begin with, but when what Tess did was she hit this remote and it basically killed her in her brain. So when Eva realised this, she wanted to warn both Plastique and Parasite, but none of them, they both weren't believing her at all. They just said, look, Chloe, Tess has given us the opportunity to make things right, kind of thing, all that sort of stuff. But then when eventually they figured out that Eva did die through said chip, they both decided to take matters into their own hands by turning on Tess, which didn't really work out for them, to be honest. But there was a particular part in the episode that I really liked, was when Parasite took Clark's powers. Now, as much as I do love Superman and I'm a big fan, just seeing that moment of when Parasite stole Superman's powers, the way that it was done, and he felt the jolts, I even felt it as well. I thought, whoa, oh my God, yes, that's what you call a sugar rush, baby. That is a serious sugar rush. And he took it, and he basically enjoyed what he took. And if you read the comics, that's pretty much how Parasite behaves, in that when he takes Superman's power, he revels in it, he enjoys it, he loves it. That's the thing, he absolutely loves taking Superman's powers. But, as is the case, he takes his powers, he also takes his weakness. Oh yes, he's still vulnerable to kryptonite, of which we see Oliver put to use in this episode when he comes to Clark and, well, Tess's rescue as well, by using a kryptonite ring that he found in Lex Luthor's private locker in Lex's bedroom, now occupied by Tess, of course. When Clark confronted Oliver about that ring, Oliver just basically said, well, I took the ring, you know, from Lex's, as it were, after I burnt Lex Luthor, as it were. So he's admitted to Clark now that he killed Lex as well, so Clark now knows that. Tess got the crystal that was going to be used by Clark to send Davis, or Doomsday, back to the Phantom Zone. She got that destroyed. I'm going to tell you how in a second as well. But going back to the crystal itself, going back to, the crystal that is used to send Davis to the Phantom Zone, what Clark was wanting to do, and this is where Oliver's mission came in, hence why he was at the mansion, was for Oliver to steal black kryptonite. David Whistler, you remember this one, you sent me a message about this. Basically, one of my subscribers sent me a message saying whether or not Clark was going to use black kryptonite on Davis to separate both him and Doomsday. That's exactly what Clark has done. He has now got said black kryptonite. Whether or not he's going to use it in the season finale, we'll wait and see. I'm sure it is going to be used. I think it's going to be used because I've seen clips of both Davis and Doomsday coming face to face, so looks like he puts it to use. So we know Clark is going to use that black kryptonite. We know now that Tess has destroyed the crystal because she was told to destroy the crystal, right, by the most unlikeliest possible thing ever. You remember the purple orb that Lex Luthor found to control Clark? Yeah, it started talking to Tess for some strange reason right at the end of the episode, and it mentioned a certain Kryptonian city, Kandor. Now, I'm not going to go too much into it, but all I'm going to say is, my guess is, come season 9, I think we're going to see more in terms of Kandor than we thought, than I didn't think was going to happen. I didn't think Kandor was even going to feature in Smallville at any point. So let's hope that happens, because now that they've mentioned Kandor, come season 9, I'm hoping it'll happen. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. Season finale next week. I don't know how I'm going to cope once it's finished, but I've got the DVDs, so I should probably be watching them. I might do some past episode reviews. I'm not going to do past episode reviews, say every Friday up until the new season starts. There may be some Fridays where I'll think, I want to do an episode review. So keep an eye out, watch this space. Let's see what happens in the season finale, because I'm so super pumped for it now. I can't wait. I don't want it to finish, but unfortunately that has to happen. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. Let's see what happens. See ya.